Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Shia, the eccentric quilt. I met some of you at the Houston International Quilt Festival, and that is what this whole video is about because I did some minor shopping. When I went, I didn't really have a plan as to what I would buy because I didn't think I would buy anything, but there was one thing that I knew would break me, and that would be thread. And honestly, that is what broke me. I have a couple of things that aren't thread related, and we are going to show that as well. Let's go with our first purchase, which is actually from Linda. And since Linda to me is like the Amazon of my quilty needs, I have decided to join their membership so I can get the free shipping, because if I'm going to Long Arm and Quilt and Sew, it'd be nice to support their business instead of the super big mega company of Amazon. So from Linda's, I got the Citron Yellow, infamous bright glowy yellow, because I don't have enough. And I recently started having a thread cart because my wall space is kind of minimal. So I'm gonna add this to Femtex, which I wanna say I might have saw or noticed on Max Live. It is a tape. It's almost like gauze, kinesthetic tape, but it got hard over time, or it gets hard as it sits on your finger, but you wrap your finger and this serves as your thimble. And let me tell you, intrusive thoughts took over. While she wrapped my finger, because she was scared to make it too tight, but while it was wrapped, I took a needle and I stabbed myself in the finger a couple times. Then maybe rolled my finger over the little rotary blade to see what would happen. My finger was still intact and I didn't stab myself to death, and I loved it. So I ended up buying their 3 set, and I have a teal color. I have a teal, I have a purple, and I have a bright pink. I forgot. I have been on a quest for a small ruler, and I love Quilter Select, and I saw them. I was mad because they were sold out of the 2.5 by 6, so I really wanted it to be more of the little one like this, but they had this one because sometimes you just need that little ruler rather than having a big gigantic one. So I got a Quilter Select 2.5 by 12. Yep, I'm sorry, 3 by 12. I have a 3 by 12 ruler. I passed a demo of, let me make sure I say this right, Sugnico inks. And these are inks that they use for kimono painting. And he gave the demo, and I was instantly intrigued for when I want to add accents or dyes or inks to my own fabrics before I quilt with them, or I want to dabble, which I honestly do. I want to dabble more in art quilts, and sometimes I want to enhance that thread, or maybe do some inking around the eye and then thread paint within that, maybe as a guide. But when he was doing the demo, I saw so many possible applications and ways that I would want to try and use that inks. So I got his kit, and it came with the booklet. So in case I had any questions or forgot how he demoed things, that was helpful. In this kit, I also got to choose 2 stencils of my choice. So I have a leafy bamboo situation that I plan to apply to a project that I have going on. And I got the flowers and the peacocks because I figured I could break this up. You can't really see it, but I figured I could break this up and the textures would come into play if I needed it. To the inks that I purchased, I am a very big fan of mixing inks. So I purchased on the fact of I know color theory and I'm going to mix some colors. So I have a white when you need to lighten it. I didn't get a darker color though. I have a poppy red. I have ultramarine. I made sure I hit all my primary colors. I have a lemon yellow. So with the red, the blue, and the yellow, those are your primary colors. I can make all the other colors. And I have the white to lighten it in case I want to. Now, here are the colors that I bought because I thought they were cute and they were fly. I got a green apple. And I know the yellow and the blue make green, but this green apple had like this neon glow to it that I didn't think I was going to be able to mimic. So I picked up the green apple. I really did like the already made cherry pink. So I got that just because I like the pre-made of that. Could you add perhaps the red, white, and just the slightest, of that pink, just to give it to that darker side, not pink, just the slightest bit of the blue to the red and white to get that? Yeah, but I didn't want to. I wanted that specific fuchsia. I got mint green because I really loved it. And I got rose gold, the metallic, because if I see a rose gold, I'm gonna get it. With that being said, I loved the purchase. These inks will go a long way because it only took a drop. So very excited about that. Now let's talk about patterns. So the first pattern I have up is C. Marie, and I had the lovely chance of meeting her, and she was telling me about her quilts, and she had two of them that I actually wanted to buy, but she gifted me one, and it's called Cross Track. So more on this coming up. I don't want to give any details about what I have in mind, but my mind is gearing, I'm thinking of ways for this. So new quilt coming up. Just be prepared. But it's, as you can see, that is the pattern. It's lovely. I cannot wait to dive into this. And the next pattern I have is a twofer from Patterns or Design by Annie. Bags by Annie. She is that go-to bag lady, or yeah, bag wallet lady. That is Annie. And I had the lovely privilege of meeting her and a couple of other people there, and they were so great because I had my big tote, and she told me that if I could make that big tote, then I could definitely make this book bag. So we are going to see. And the next time I go to festival, I will have a book bag instead of a giant tote. I don't know what colors I want to do. I don't know much about the direction I want to take this because my mind just says black book bag. But if I'm making it, it needs to be more. So this will be made. Of course, I'm going to record it, but I just need to think about it a little bit more. But she has accents now to the straps in the center piece. So I also got the accent pack to work on the straps and this part right here. I don't know what I'm going to do as far as how I'm going to embellish it, but I have it because I know I'm going to do it. And yeah, super excited about that. Now let's get to the threads that broke. Oh, wait. Nope, no threads. Let's talk about the brief moment of material. So I have a 1/2 yard and some fabrics from, get out of here. Let's talk about the fabrics that I actually did get. which is only from cherry wood for the cherry wood challenge. I am going to attempt the cherry wood challenge again. And this time, I hope to actually enter it and not chicken out like I did with the Abyss collection or the Abyss challenge. This collection is story time. So I have the fat quarter rather than the half a yard that I did before. And I didn't notice there was an accent pack, which I should have noticed because it was an accent pack for Abyss. So I ordered the accent pack. That is on the way. And I have the, I thought that was a bleach stain. I was about to panic. I have a half of yard of the mid-tone fabric because I decided I think this was going to be my background and everything else would play off of this. So I have the cherry wood challenge. Wish me luck. Let's pray I enter. And now let's talk to what started all of this snowballing into all of these other items, and it was the thread. If you cannot tell, I am a Matt Couture fan, and she was mentioning somebody's applique, but on the applique they had thread that I could not see, and they mentioned that it was the Quilter Select micro quilter. So of course I had to go pick some up, but then my mind started thinking, well, what if I'm not stitching with a light fabric and it's a medium tone? So I got the gray. And then what if I need something darker? So I got the black. And the micro quilter is 100 weight, which is why I kind of switched my machine from Bertha, which is a heavy duty Janome, like the bootleg HD9 cousin. I switched her out and I have the Juki DX7 because it's computerized and I can do some applique. And I'm going to test these babies out. I'm very excited to have this to my sewing roster. The Micro Quilter Select. Oh, and the colors that I have are 7007, which I am just going to call off-white. I have 7008, which I'm going to call mid-gray. And I have the 7009, which is black. So hopefully all of my applique needs are met within that color range. So I have some metallic threads that are long arm friendly. I cannot wait to try these. This is the metallic, thought it would give me a name. Oh yeah, antique silver. So that is antique silver. And again, long arm friendly. So hopefully we won't snap, crack, and burn. And this is copper. And I only picked up those two because I didn't want to get too excited. Let's just try and hopefully we don't crash and burn. And now let's talk about the other threads. I finally got a chance to try the YLI thread. The people at the booth were so lovely. I had a blast. So let's talk about the threads that I purchased. First, I'm a purple girl. And I found out that their threads don't have names. So I am going to tell you what I call them and give you the number. I wanted to start off with this purple, which I loved. But even though I love purple, sometimes the darker purples don't get to make it to my quilt. So I got a small version of this. And this is color 9130 in the Elite because I want shine. I want the thread to show. I want happiness. And I am calling this Spyro or Purple Passion. This is what I am calling Spyro or Purple Passion. Spyro, if you're a Nintendo person, you know the little dragon from back in the day. I'm showing my age, but yeah. And that is what YLI Elite Thread 9130. Love that. The next threads that I bought, well, all the other ones are big cones. I wanted a neon yellow because I was trying to find something that was citron-like, but as you see, citron has like a greeny yellow to it. And this is like lemon in your face yellow, which I am not mad about. And this color is 9046. All of my, nope, I lied. These threads that I'm showing you are Elite, which is their high shine 40 weight thread. And it comes with like a book to tell you the threads and the needle to use, and the weights. Is lovely. So thank you YLI for that. But their high shine Elite thread, again, this is the 9046. And I'm calling this Lemon Drop Don't Stop. The yellow, 9046, Yellow Drop Don't Stop. This next color is pink, and it's giving me the Trapper Keepers. It's giving me the 80s are phasing out, the 90s are coming in. It's giving, you know, I don't want to say Lisa Frank, but bright, colorful happiness. We paint, we are artistic. And very much my teenage years, very much neon everything. So I am calling this the Teen Dream Pink. The Teen Dream Pink. The actual name is 9014. So L-Y-L-I, the pink, 9014, but I am calling this Teen Dream Pink. The names that I am saying are not real. I am just having fun and making them up. The next one, again, Elite, and the color is 9074, 9074. And I want to say the camera isn't quite, it just seems maybe a bit, just a skosh darker maybe than what I'm seeing in the camera. And we're just going to call this Lime. But the color is 9074 Lime. And last but not least of the Elite threads that I purchased, this is 9044. 9044, it's the Elite weight. It has a high shine, and I'm just calling it Sherbert. Sherbert. And the color is 9044. I know people might frown a bit about using variegated thread, especially if you backtrack on your stitches. I get it. It's kind of hard to match and have a consistency, but sometimes if you get a low volume or a variegated thread that doesn't have such of a contrast, it can give you some nice dimension to your stitching. So I bought two that were low. This is a variegated thread. It is 621, and it's still a high sheen polyester. And there, of course, it has no name, so I'm just calling it Smooth Cream. A smoothie cream. Ooh, cream smoothie. Sometimes you just got to switch up the words. So this is this actual name of this variegated thread, or the actual number is 621, but I am calling it Cream Smoothie. It has very light, and my camera is not picking it up. It's a light cream and a darker cream, or maybe a cream and a very light beige that's mixed together. I cannot wait to use this, honestly. And then the next one, it has very light pastels in it, and it's a whitish silver base with a very gentle pink, very gentle pastel purple. Now the shift in this is a bit more stronger and slightly noticeable, but to me it's giving baby quilt. It's giving, like we talked at the booth, of a frosty look. But I love it and I'm gonna use it. But yes. And as we talked about in the booth, I'm calling this Frosty the Snowman. The actual color is 608. It's a variegation or variegated thread. And it has like all the little soft pastel baby colors with a white silvery base. And I am calling it Frosty the Snowman. So there's that. And I believe my bag is empty. Yep. And that is all I got from the festival. It was lovely. I will definitely go to the festival again. I want to try market once, but I'm getting mixed reviews about it, so I don't know if I'll ever do a market. But I have gotten the quilt show bug. So hopefully I'll be able to do a H&H or QuiltCon. Probably won't be this year, but maybe I can do it next year. But I definitely will go to a quilt show when I can. So it was lovely. Have no regrets. Thank you for watching. Thank you for anybody that I met that is watching this. And yeah, go sew something. Go quilt something. Go create something. All right.